Welcome to Don Michael, the world's only distillery making whiskey from Andean black corn. This all started in Oxapampa about 3 years ago with the idea of making whiskey from something different, from a grain that had never been made before. And what we came up with was black corn, organically grown black corn. And why use black corn? We decided to use black corn because you can't find it anywhere else in the world. It grows at a certain altitude, it only grows in a certain part of South America, and it's different. It gives the whiskey a special characteristic, which once you taste it, you'll see what I'm talking about. So everything starts with our grains, beginning with our malted grains from Cargill. Right here we have malted barley, but most importantly, you see our black corn. Nobody else in the world has a grain like this. That's what makes our whiskey so good. This is our 5,000 liter production line. What we have here is a 10,000 liter pressure cooker. We cook our corn and pass it to the 4 5,000 liter fermenters. Once we're done cooking our corn, we pump to our fermenter. This is a 5,000 liter fermenter. As you can see inside, we have a coil that keeps it cool, and we maintain our temperature at about 30 degrees Celsius for 4 days. The process here is, once we've fermented for 3 or 4 days, we do a primary distillation in the bigger still. And this 1,000 liter still we usually use for second distillations. And as you see here, it's got 4 different plates which helps recirculate the vapor. And it finally passes down through the condenser into the collection tanks. So this is our main still. It's a 6,000 liter pure copper still. What we do is pump our whiskey mash, distill, collect low wines, and redistill that for a second time to get our final product. That final product is what we use to fill barrels. So this is the moment of truth. Now we have our whiskey finally coming out after you saw it passing through the column over there. At this point, we usually taste a little bit. Looks good, smells good. We're ready to fill barrels. So once we have our 5,000 liter tank of final product filled with whiskey, we start filling barrels. These barrels are 200 liter barrels. We back our whiskey down to 60% alcohol and fill as many as we can. Then we let it sit for 2 to 3 years until we're ready to start bottling. These barrels are imported from the United States. They're made out of white oak and they're charred and toasted on the inside. The barrels are responsible for at least 50% of the flavor and all of the color of our whiskey. So basically this is a very, very important part of our process.